Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Smash the like button, smash the notification bell, and smash the subscribe if you're new around here so that you know when I'm going live for the watch-alongs, the panel shows, and of course the Spurs review, which will be tonight at 8 p.m. But today has been a very emotional day, hasn't it? And as always, the life of a Spurs fan, it is a roller coaster. We're never up there for too long, are we? We're never down there for too long. It's just up and down, up and down. And the game today against Newcastle, a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, has kind of taken back seat to everything today, hasn't it? It was a game where both teams experimented with the 11s. I didn't expect to see a classic. I didn't expect that Tottenham would be free-flowing without the creative options that we've got and without Coglou, without Maddison, without Solanke, with Kudus not on the pitch. I didn't expect it to be free-flowing, and it certainly wasn't. What I did expect is that Tottenham are going to be organised at the back. Tottenham are going to be organised in central midfield, and we were. And from that aspect, we looked good. But as I said, all of the game, you know, the goal from Brennan Johnson took a deflection off the keeper, but he did well to get that ball in a central area, get his shot away. Harvey Barnes with a really good goal, got to say it, as it is, cutting in, firing it past Kinski. All of that seems to have taken a backward step, doesn't it? It's taken a back seat for the roller coaster of emotions that are Tottenham Hotspur. And what do I mean by this? Well, let's look at the obvious thing. Sonny today, quite clearly that was his last game, wasn't it? Quite clearly, the guard of honour as he came off the pitch, the 5 minutes of hugging, high fives, crying, the pats on the back, the pats on the bum. I mean, it was that emotional that you could see this was surely his last game. And it's fitting for me. As I've said all along, this is the right time for Son to go. I think he knows that. I think Tottenham know that. And I think deep down, most of the fan base, even begrudgingly, know that this is not the same Son anymore. This is not the Son that is dynamic, impactful, terrorising fullbacks. And I don't want this Son to carry on at Spurs and then we forget the great player he was. So for me, I think this is the right time. And I think he knows it. And that's the most important thing. So we had that whole emotional state today where he started the game, didn't really do anything. I'm not expecting anything from him at all. And came off, just after the hour mark, 65 minutes, whatever it was. And let's be brutally honest, a lovely send-off for Son in front of his home crowd, so to speak, in South Korea. A great send-off for what has been a great player and a club legend. So we had that. We had the highs and the emotions of that. To then just 15 minutes later, the lows of our only playmaker at the moment. With Kulusevski being out, our only playmaker, James Maddison, who's just coming back from a knee injury that he got at the beginning of May. If I'm not wrong, end of April, beginning of May, our only playmaker went down without any contact, same knee, and he looked in pain. He very much looked in pain. And when you see that, you can normally tell from a player's reaction whether or not it's a knock or whether or not it's a serious one. And this looked serious. And first and foremost, before we talk about what it means for Tottenham, let's talk about what it means for him. Hope he gets better soon. I feel for the lad, but the injuries are racking up, aren't they? It looked a bad one. Thomas Frank has come out afterwards and said it was bad. It was brutal, I believe are the words he used. It was a brutal situation. And highs, lows, Tottenham Hotspur. What does it mean in the grand scheme of things? Because for me, this looks like an injury that will definitely sideline him for 3 months. Probably more. I mean, it looked bad, didn't it? And with Kulusevski already injured as the other creator-in-chief in the Tottenham squad, probably not back until October, November, depending on who you listen to. This means that Tottenham Hotspur, as it stands, will be going into, not so bothered about the Super Cup, but going into a Premier League and Champions League campaign without any creativity in the central areas. Yes, you've got some creativity from Kudus, but now he is the only creative footballer on Tottenham's books. No creativity through the middle. And this poses a massive threat to Tottenham's season. And as I've said in the title, Spurs must act now. Must act now. None of this wait and see, we'll make do, shoehorn Donnelly in there. If we're going to be a Champions League club, Tottenham need to act now. Because as I said at the beginning of the show, we're good at the back. We're organised at the back. We're organised in those kind of defensive midfield areas with the likes of Sarr, Bergvall, Bentancur, and then obviously Paulinho coming in on loan. But going this way, non-existent. That way, he shored it up. You can see that immediately from Thomas Frank. He has shored that up. We defend very well. We make it hard for teams to beat us. There's not many gaps. But going this way now, no Son, no Maddison, no Coglou. Kane's obviously gone. And now you look at what we've got left. And aside from Kudus, who's just signed, Johnson grabs a goal. But as we said, as a wide player, as a footballer, does nothing on the pitch to create, to support. He does nothing that makes defenders scared. Tel, sorry, I know people are going to have a go and say he's young. I got no idea why we bought him. I don't know, is he a left winger? I don't know if he's a forward. What I do know is he's just simply not good enough. Creating, non-existent. Goal scoring, non-existent. Odobert, he's another one. Looks okay. Doesn't score goals, doesn't assist, doesn't hold on to the ball. Solomon, Yang, Hill. Moore's gone out on loan. Richarlison, Solanke. None of these players have that je ne sais quoi. None of these players have that fear factor that we once had with a fully fit Pete Son and a fully fit Pete Kane. It's gone. There's no fear factor. And Tottenham need to remedy this very quickly. Right now, as I said, I don't think we're going to lose too many games because we're organised. But we're going to end up putting a hell of a lot of pressure on that back four. Because if you actually watch Spurs games back now, what's happening is whenever the ball goes into those forward areas, none of those players other than Kudus can hold on to it. You watch Odobert, Yang, Tel, Solanke, Richarlison, all of these footballers, Johnson, they're not good enough on the ball. So the ball goes into them, bounces straight back, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, we're defending again. And now the midfielders have to start working hard. The defenders do. You've got to have players that can take the pressure off the team. And that's why I've always said I want someone like a Grealish. Yes, he's not the quickest winger in the world, but he holds on to the ball. Kudus on the other side would hold on to the ball. Players like Paqueta. Because now we've got to start looking at where's the creativity coming from. Do we go and get a Diego Milo? Do we go and get a Harvey Elliott? A Paqueta? And yes, I know everyone right now is screaming, Eze, Eze, Eze. Do we move heaven and earth to try and sign Eze? Do we go and get a Guisand, a Vlahovic, a Calamundo, a Wissa? Do we go and get a Fofana, a Mikatadze? We need spark. We need spark. Listen, Thomas Frank's an excellent coach, but he can't make non-creative players and non-goal scorers overnight. He can coach them better. That's going to take time, but he can't turn them overnight to not being creative to being creative. You've kind of got the creative gene or you haven't. Ericsson had that creative gene. Look at Damsgaard at Brentford. He's got that creative gene. Maddison's got it. Bruno Fernandes has got it. You know, we don't have it now. And this, for me, could really derail our season if we don't act quickly. Let's act like a big club. Let's back the manager. Because right now, I'll ask everyone in the chat watching this, what do we need? Because I said before today's game, We need a minimum of 2 new players in that forward area. Whether we want to talk about right wing, left wing, striker, attacking midfield, whatever you want to call these players, I said we need a minimum of 2. Now, with that horrific injury to Maddison, and if it is as bad as we think, we need 3. We need bodies and quality bodies. I don't think that forward lines of Tel, Johnson, Odobert, Solanke, Richie, I don't think this gets you anywhere near the top 6, 7. I don't think it does. So what are we going to do? Are we going to act? Are Spurs going to pull some rabbits out of a hat? Do we have something up our sleeve? I'll stop with all the magic puns in a minute. Oh, have they got the abracadabra? No, I'll stop. But on a serious note, what are we going to do? Are we going to go now and go, right, Maddison's out. Where's the creativity coming from? Right, let's go and get Milo. Let's go and get Harvey Elliott. I don't know. I'm just spitballing names. I know as much as you lot know. But surely as Spurs fans, we can all see that it's worrying in the forward areas. Sonny fell off a cliff and has been sold. Mikey Moore out on loan. Solomon and Hill will surely go. Kulu and Maddison injured. Solanke's injured at the moment. Where's it coming from? Where are the goals and creativity coming from? So Spurs must act now. I would go out immediately and get a Wissa, get a Mikatadze, get a Harvey Elliott. Yes, I want Eze like the rest of you. If it's doable, go and get it done. None of this, oh, you said he couldn't come, you said he could come. Forget that. As Spurs fans, we need good footballers. And right now, I think it's going to be a real tough ask to score many goals. We won't concede as many, but I can't see us scoring many goals. Last thing I'll say is, lots of people asking where Paulinho is. I've got a feeling that the Paulinho announcement has been delayed because of the Sun news. I think it's probably been delayed out of respect. I think don't worry too much. It's nothing like the Morgan Gibbs-White deal. Paulinho will be a Spurs footballer. But right now, Tottenham need to act. Maybe a Grealish on loan to save funds. Then go and get a Wissa. Imagine Kudus, Wissa, Grealish. Look at the difference of that to what we've got now. A Mikatadze. A Fofana. It doesn't have to be Grealish or Elliott or, there's loads of these good players. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. We'll be back for the Spurs review at 8 p.m. Thank you very much, everybody. And listen, Tottenham Hotspur we play in 10 days' time in the Super Cup. 10 days' time, we play in the Super Cup. And then in 13 days, we play our first Premier League game. And we need some players. We need creativity. We need goal scorers. And if anyone doesn't agree, I'll be honest, I think you're mad. Hey, each to their own. But at the moment, I'm truly worried as to the forwards that we have surrounded ourselves with. Take care, everyone. Much love. And as always, come on, you Spurs.